have Lisa back over basically everyone else. But I really want to know what you guys think. Someone you call boring or someone you hate? I think I know the answer, but I'm going to keep it to myself. Now, not to segue and go off topic for a minute, but speaking of Teddi, we've talked about her divorce quite a bit here on this podcast. We all know where it is. There's rumors of an affair with a horse trainer. Edwin is having rumors that he's cheated. There's a prenup. So, I mean, I guess Edwin can't get the Mellencamp fortune that John will be passing down from Jack and Diane to Teodoro. But also, it sounds like Edwin doesn't want anything. It doesn't want Teddi to get anything of his. Teddi has filed asking for alimony, but wants to block him from asking for alimony, and she wants full custody of the children. There's our summary of everything we talked about, but what we haven't talked about is Miss Dodd, our very, very good friend, Kelly Dodd. Did you guys see this? I mean, Kelly Dodd has inserted herself into the comment section, and she has some stuff to say about Teodoro's divorce. And I find it very, very interesting. Kelly says she cheated. She's a douchebag. I know for a fact because Robin told me. We have no idea what Robin this is. I mean, wouldn't you just love it if it was Robin Dixon from the P? But we're not there. So Kelly says she cheated. She's a douchebag. I know for a fact because Robin told me everything at Teddi Mellencamp. You know that I know everything. I hope Edwin gets custody. So Kelly is inserting herself into this and is saying that he cheated, and not only did he cheat, that she cheated, and she knows everything. And spill the tea, girl. We want to know everything you know. And she's saying that Edwin should get full custody. I mean, a lot of people have a problem with this and saying, regardless of whether she cheated or not, that doesn't mean she's a bad mother, which I completely agree with that. She says she knows for a fact that this is true. And a lot of people are saying, you're just jealous of Teddi and her success on the podcast, and you wish your podcast was as big because, I mean, I could tell you it's not. And a lot of people are coming for Kelly that way. But, this is why, despite our own issues, Kelly has come for us many times. We've told her to fuck off. I love an unhinged Kelly Dodd. I can't help myself. I can't. It's like you just gotta. She makes me laugh. She makes me laugh. And I mean, I really don't even mean any shade by that. Really, she makes me laugh. This is funny. She doesn't listen. I don't give a shit. If there's anyone out there that is similar to our style of living here, it's Kelly Dodd. I mean, not exactly. Let's not give her too much credit now. I see a lot of differences, but she does make me laugh, and I like that when she's got something to say, she's way too emotional though. I mean, who cares, girl? Get your bag and go home. It's just a job. So let's not compare us to her too much, but she does make me laugh. I love that she's come for Teddi, and spill the tea, Kelly Dodd. Spill the tea. While we're on the subject of Kelly Dodd, this is supposed to be a show about tonight and what's going on with Beverly Hills. But did you all see this? I haven't talked about this really yet. That Kelly Dodd, she's in a fight now with Andy Cohen and his co-host on his podcast. Let's just summarize it. Look, we had an election. If anyone has been living under a rock, Donald Trump has won. He is going to be the 47th president of the United States. Kelly Dodd is extremely happy. And Andy Cohen took to social media. He was crying. He was telling his son, Ben, that we still love America. I am paraphrasing and summarizing a lot of this. We still love America. I guess Andy is not going to be moving I saw yesterday, I guess Stephen King said he had put himself in a wood chipper if Trump won. People are now asking him to do so. You guys are just sick, I tell ya. But Mr. Cohen was very upset, crying into the computer, telling Ben that everything would be okay. Kelly then weighed in, and this is not a political podcast. Let's get to the point here, David. But I would like to have a political podcast, and I would like to be as unfiltered on that podcast as I am here. I think it'd be a huge hit, but we're not going to do that in this lifetime. Okay. Mainly because there's no business model to have a second podcast. That's the dumbest fucking idea if you already have a successful podcast. So Kelly did chime in when Mr. Cohen was crying and saying, remember when you said I was on the wrong side of history? Remember at the reunion, she wore, the Drunk Wives Matter. She talked about it on this podcast. She got fined $16,000. Andy said she was on the wrong side of history. Kelly says, remember when you said I was on the wrong side of history, bitch? Again, paraphrasing. So basically, what has happened is they went back and forth, Andy and Kelly, and Andy's radio co-host. And Kelly Dodd, rumor is, called Andy a sissy. So Andy and the co-host are doing the show, and Andy is laughing and saying, I heard Kelly Dodd called me a sissy. And apparently, Jeff Lewis told Kelly Dodd to lay off Andy. Andy thought that was nice. And the co-host then calls Kelly Dodd a fucking pig and says that Kelly Dodd called him a communist. And he said, when a white lady Republican calls me a communist, I think they are just using the word communist because the word they really want to use is the, slur that starts with an F towards gay people. He repeated it. I guess we can just repeat that word now. I personally don't have a problem with it. I'm gay. I actually use it about myself often. But it does offend other gay people. So I have a friend who's like, don't ever use that word in my presence. I personally am not offended, but I'm not offended by anything. I don't have any feelings. People talk shit about me all day. People say the worst. Excuse me. I still have a cough. I probably have COVID. I said that before. I don't know. I actually, unfortunately, do not care. To be honest with you, I don't have time to care. This is the world we live in now. Millions of us are walking around with COVID. It's a cold. You get over it, and then you feel better. Really, I'm not having that discussion either here today, okay? But there is a cough, so just please, it is what it is. But do you want me not to do a show? Then I would really be in the ground dead. So the co-host is saying she really wants to call me the F word, which she actually used, and Andy agrees and says, well, she called me a sissy, so she probably does want to use the F word. And then he says to Kelly Dodd, the co-host, that you're not smart enough to know what a communist is. You dumb bitch, you fat pig, you are a grotesque. So, what has made me laugh, which is, and again, there is no shade in this. I don't have any teams. So that's where it's like, whether I'm feuding with Kelly, I don't care. I get over things in 3 seconds. So, I mean, it has nothing to do with my own feuds with Kelly in the past because I'm really not in a feud with anyone. But let me just make that very clear. I don't care. You could come at me, I'll come at you. I get over it in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Even people that like work with me business wise, like the ad salespeople, we have a moment and like I'm not shy. So I will voice I'll voice my, what's the word? My disapproval on something that happened business related. And I'll be like, this really fucking sucks. And I don't know why the fuck you did this. And this is fucking ridiculous.